At least they're not Saudi kids, and the Saudi kids are there. I can't wait to see Yokozuna.
I can't believe they asked for Yokozuna. That's a thing that happened.
They just got a sumo.
Sorry, isn't this a weird looking beer bottle?
I thought you were drinking wine from the bottle.
I thought it was like port or something.
Yeah, it looks like a port bottle, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's like a special Peroni.
It's like it's a special Peroni.
For audio listeners, i.e. Brogan, we love you. It looks like a port bottle.
I'll tell you what, though.
There you go.
It tastes like a Peroni.
Okay, let's broaden our predictions, boys.
I want to shift gear and we'll head over to the competition for a bit. So we'll go over to AEW. This prediction is going to depend on what happens over the next few weeks, but I think Hangman will lose the belt sooner than we think.
I agree.
I feel like
the world title.
Yeah, I feel like what's happened is, like, obviously the journey and stuff was done perfectly. Since he's won the belt, there's not been a lot there. They've not really had him on TV a lot. He's not been wrestling a lot. Like, what is his match with Bryan only his second since winning the belt? Like, at all?
Well, he's facing Bryan tonight, right? Or is
yeah. That's
so
tonight.
Okay, tonight is a big show, right? We've got that. We've got the TBS Championship final with Ruby and Jade. And we've probably got I bet there's a big signing tonight, right? I bet we're going to get someone show up tonight because it's their debut on TBS. This is honestly, it feels like they have more pay-per-views than WWE with their TV. Like, TV feels special. Like when they say that this is happening, like on TV, or it's a New Year's show, or it's a Christmas show, or whatever, it feels far more special. And I think tonight is gonna set things up. It could be Bryan, and then
I honestly wouldn't be surprised tonight if Bryan wins. I really wouldn't. I think the thing is with the Hangman thing, and maybe it is still too early. Maybe they've got some stuff still planned, but it feels like, from what I've seen, viewership has dropped a bit since he won the belt. They're trying to reclaim that. Those who got worried about this new move. I feel like what better way you're going to get people looking at the product by putting it on one of the big former WWE guys who's got that big fan base.
I don't know. I don't know. But here's the thing, right? People, my biggest problem with Big E, so the reason I wasn't too fussed about Kofi losing the belt as opposed to Big E losing the belt, Kofi had the story. He had the build-up. He had this amazing story and will always have that story. He had that story that can be an entire DVD collection, right? Where you're like, here's his build-up. Here's the company saying you're a B player. You're never going to make it. And here is the WrestleMania moment where he finally wins, and it's fucking amazing. So him losing, to me, it doesn't matter too much because it's just like, he had a very good self-contained story. Big E's rise to the championship wasn't very good. They didn't give him enough to go on. It was not that kind of story. So I was hoping that his story was going to be as a champion. And it wasn't as a champion. The same reason I'm not too fussed if Adam Page loses is because he had that story to become a champion. So he has kind of that self-contained thing. And I don't think it would detract too much from the win if he loses that. He could then go on to feud with Cody and he could take the TNT title. That's fine. So I'm not too bothered if Bryan loses. If Bryan wins.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying it would be a bad thing. Like, I wouldn't be against Bryan winning. I just feel like there's obviously a lot of people are behind Hangman, but I just feel like since he's won the title, it's not like he's felt like the champion, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
There's just been something a bit off about it. Like, I think it's because like when you look at the last previous two, like Moxley and Omega, they were like there wrestling every week and even defending the belt quite a lot. It feels like with Page, they gave him the belt, and even he's said in interviews that he's been frustrated that he hasn't been on TV just wrestling. They've just had him come out doing these little promos back and forth with Bryan, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been partly to highlight other areas.
Yeah,
Punk isn't tonight, right? He's not fighting MJF tonight,
Not tonight, no.
I feel like they're saving that for a pay-per-view. Because it feels like there's going to be a long play on that one.
Sure. If he loses tonight, I think that Keith Lee could, in fact, be the next champion after, like, taking it from Bryan, perhaps. I think that Keith might even show up tonight. I'll keep saying that every Wednesday and even Friday until it happens. But
I think he's still got about a month left, to be honest.
I don't think he does. I think
when was he released?
He was released quite a while ago at this point.
It feels like a while ago, but I don't think it was.
Also, Tony's saying that he got like he's got a signing he's wanted to sign for a while, a North American signee. And who else could that be?
Gargano.
Can he sign Gargano that quickly if he can't sign Keith Lee that quickly?
Well, Gargano's contract just ran out. He doesn't have to do the 90 days.
He's free to go.
That's why O'Reilly...
Oh, true. He's on the same O'Reilly. He's the same as O'Reilly. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt as well, winner Rotunda, I think is kind of still kind of up in the air.
Well, here's a little prediction on that. I don't think we're going to see Wyndham in a ring in 2022.
Really?
I think he's going to be gone from wrestling for a little bit of a long while. It seems like he's quite now involved with doing the Hollywood movie stuff. If that goes fairly well,
why not? Good for him, I say.
Not saying we won't ever see him in a ring again. I still think it's going to be a long time before we do.
Yeah. In terms of AEW, I think the one to take it off Page, and it's got to be Adam Cole. I'm sorry, it's just like for me, I can't. It's either him or MJF. In my eyes, are the two that. Because AEW are very like they're more unpredictable than WWE. I can safely say in WWE this year, Bron Breakker will have a main roster title at least by the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
Bronwyn Breakker Steiner.
Bronwyn Breakker.
will have like the IC title, and he'll beat like I don't know Shinsuke Nakamura in 30 seconds, and it will make us all very sad. Meanwhile, AEW, literally, I could name like more wrestlers than I have fingers on my hands that could possibly take the title from Hangman Page, face or heel or tween.
So the stories I think that are going to happen is that the Undisputed Era, or whatever they're going to call it now, is going to obviously end up feuding with the Elite. Whether that's going to be with a tag title involved, with the main title involved, with a new trios title involved, with no title involved, I don't know. But that's the direction I think it's going to go. So I don't think Adam is going to take the main belt yet. I think that the Elite versus Undisputed Era story happens before that. It could play into the story where he takes the belt and then is the leader of the Elite, and then Kenny comes back, and I don't know. I think the story is that the Bucks are going to get fucked over by them, and then the Elite are going to end up as the faces in that confrontation. I don't know.
Also, Garrod, just to let you know, Keith Lee and that lot were released around about the 5th of November. So we still got about a month.
No. He'd be his no compete is up in. I suppose his no compete is up in January. Is it 2nd of February then?
2nd of February. I worked it out with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. Okay.
Well, technically the 3rd he can start working again, but
yeah.
Damn. The technicalities of the no compete is that you can't even like sign anything, right?
No.
Technically.
Well, no, they didn't. Isn't it because of Bret Hart they changed that? Because they did have the no compete even back then, but you could still sign in a PA, you just couldn't wrestle. And Bret Hart was at WCW, but he couldn't wrestle.